Alright, so we got a little setup here. Dark Knight Returns inspired. This is actually a panel from the actual book where Carrie Kelly's putting on the Robin costume for the first time. This is something that's been on my mind to shoot for a long time now. I'm finally getting around to it. Yesterday or today is Saturday, maybe it was today, was Batman Day, so there was a lot of Batman inspired shots. And I don't know, maybe I got a little inspired, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna shoot something Batman related. I think it'll be cool. So this is the setup here. It's obviously her getting suited up for the first time to be Robin. The little mirror accessory is from my 6-year-old niece. I think it's a Barbie accessory. I'm not really 100% sure. It's not actually a mirror, it's like a sticker that goes over a little plastic mirror accessory thing, so the image kind of gets a little distorted, but you know, it works. As long as I have most of what I want in focus in the center of the mirror, it doesn't get too distorted, but the further up the mirror it gets a little bit more distorted, like her face and stuff like that. I kind of wanted to give the vibe like she's just throwing stuff on, trying to get the suit situated. In the actual book, it's just a white background, the mirror, and her. So I actually went ahead and just created the full scene. We're using the NECA diorama here. It's actually the outside of the NECA diorama, but if you kind of mess around with it and play around with some of the pieces, you can actually make it look like it's the inside of a building. And then of course we had to create that illusion by putting out a little 11 by 17 picture on the wall to kind of simulate the cityscape and it being nighttime. I imagine this is nighttime when she does it, because the first time when she goes out as Robin, it's at night, right? So yeah, this ended up being kind of you know, a problem-solving shot, you know, with the mirror and everything. I knew that when I put this mirror in the shot that I was gonna have to have something behind it, because obviously the mirror is gonna reflect. So what I did is I just took the extra piece of the wall here and just put it behind her. So if you actually look into the mirror, you can see that the brick background is behind her. I mean, it's very subtle, but it would have been a lot less subtle if I just had nothing right there. So lots of lights. Got a light right here to try to shine as much as I can on the front of her. Obviously it's still going to be a little dark, but you know, if this is a real scene in real life, it would be kind of hard for them to light from that angle too. So I think this kind of worked out. You know, kind of messed with the drawers a little bit on the cabinet. All the little cabinet accessories are from Hobby Lobby. The dollhouse miniatures section, using that little radio on top of the dresser there from the Muppets kitchen set. Lots of other little tiny accessories. I think the little backpack to the left is a Polly Pocket backpack. That's also courtesy of my niece. A huge shout out to my niece. Without her, this shot would not be possible. But yeah, fun little shot. Had a lot of fun creating this. We got the little rug on the ground too. I think I ordered this off of eBay. It's a, you know, dollhouse miniature rug set, and it works pretty well. So yeah, all in all, I'm really stoked how this came out. Did the best I could. And you know, this Carrie Kelly figure from McFarlane, I don't really pick up too many McFarlane figures, but I have a fondness for The Dark Knight Returns. I think it's like one of the greatest comic book stories of all time, and it's definitely my favorite Batman story. So I try to show love to any Dark Knight Returns stuff when I can, and this figure is definitely an exceptional figure and a great representation of Carrie Kelly. So yeah, fun shot, and came out pretty dope. Let's check it out. Alright, we got a Batman set up here, using a couple diorama pieces and a couple other little props sprinkled in here. The cinder block background with the break in the wall, I actually made that myself with some extra pieces of foam I had, etched in the lines for the cinder blocks. And then as I cut it out, I wanted to use those pieces as well as additional props. So when you looked at the picture, you actually got the feeling that, hey, he's come through the wall and the pieces of rock had fallen on the ground in front of him. So that's what we got here. It's actually, all in all, a pretty simple setup. We're using the Sovereign Knight from Mezco 112. I don't really pick up too many Mezcos, but this was one that I did have my eye on for quite a while, and I ended up picking it up, and I have not regretted it. I think it's a fantastic figure. I know they've done quite a few Batman figures over the years, but I picked this one up just because I wanted a very straightforward, classic kind of style, but also kind of modern Batman, and I think this one kind of fits that bill. I also ended up picking up the Supreme Knight because I have just a love for the Dark Knight Returns, so any old Batmans that they end up releasing, I usually pick up just because I love old Batman. He's my favorite Batman. But yeah, this idea was kind of him breaking into Arkham Asylum. So he's like breaking through the wall, and he's just standing there kind of, you know, looking around the area, and then, you know, he's gonna go and, you know, whoop some ass, hopefully. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, there's not really too much going on as far as the lighting. I've got these two lights right here, my Lume Cube panel minis. I love those lights. I actually have a light inside this Spin Master Batmobile as well. I don't know if a lot of you guys picked this Spin Master Batmobile up, but I think I got it at Costco for like 15 bucks a few years back. It fits a 1/12 scale figure. I haven't really taken a shot with it yet, but this ended up working out. In fact, I probably built this diorama because of the Batmobile here, which I've actually gone in and added some details to it as far as like silver etchings and like a little bit of wear around the wheels. It's subtle, but I think it looks a million times better than just like the plain matte black that they were using beforehand. And then around the corner, you guys can't see it, but on this side and this side behind the wall, there's two of the Ulanzi blue lights kind of shining a little bit of blue light onto the figure, and it's hitting the bottom of Batman right here, and it gives this really nice cool effect. But it also doesn't hit the top portion of his head here, so I kind of like that because it kind of gives like this cool little ambiance on the bottom of him, but you can clearly see his head and everything above. So this ended up being a really cool little setup. It's a pretty big setup, honestly. It's pretty long. Let me see if I can show you guys like how big this really is. And it goes probably about 2-3 feet back, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's just kind of a simple little shot, but you know, yeah, sprinkle in some of those details and add a little bit of colored lights, and man, you got yourself a cool little Batman scene. I don't really shoot Batman too often, so when I do, I try to have fun with it. And you might also see there's like some little rock pieces on there. I didn't want to just add in the big rocks that you see right here. I wanted to sprinkle in a little bit extra details, you know, because I've never crashed through a wall. Hopefully I never do, but if I did, I imagine that the big pieces aren't the only thing that kind of scatter about when you do that. It would be like little pieces as well. So little details sprinkled in here and there, and got yourself a pretty solid shot. So very happy with this. And so yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I know this is kind of not really too many shots here, but just a Robin and a Batman shot. But hey man, some weeks you get a bunch of shots, and other weeks you don't really get too many. So you kind of work with the time you got, and I've been doing all kinds of other things other than taking shots. I've been like, you know, doing a couple kit bashes here and there and painting some other stuff, and then I made this diorama too. So you kind of gotta divide your time between either doing some ACBA or maybe working on some other little projects that you want to work on. So yeah, anyways, like always, please like, subscribe, try to get me into the algorithm, you know, if you would like to. That would help me out, I guess. But yeah, check out my Instagram, see these final shots, and like always, if you guys got any questions, man, throw them down in the comments, and either regarding photography or maybe some of the figures or some of the props here, and let me know. Appreciate you guys for checking this out, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.